Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you're new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
One question, how frequently you would need to create these kind of roles when implementation happens at that time they will create or generally now. Whenever there is a constraint, requirement is there for every model, you'll have a role. Actually, for core HR, you have a role basically with HR partner, HR coordinator kind of roles. For benefits team, you'll have a benefits partner. For compensation team, you will have, for every module, you will have a role based security that you will be creating and depends upon the kind of a frequency that you will be handling and people who are changing from that role during. The time support would be required for that. Let's say performance module is there. You are a performance reviewer for a company called India. All the calibration and all you will be evaluating the performance reviews and all. And you will let employee move their performance reviews to the manager. Now you have moved to another country or your role has got changed. Some other person has filled your position and that person will be reaching out to your Workday support team. Hey, there was this guy who was supporting as a performance reviewer for this organization. Now that person moved on other role. I'll be in charge of this one. Get me that role assigned to me. That person will be requesting you and you will be as a kind of workplace security person. What you will be doing is you will be changing that role from other persons to this person. Got it. That's kind of general support. General support at least you'll be getting, but again, a brand new creation you will be doing at implementation, even in your after go live also. If there is anything that specifically wanted to have, we have HR partner. Let's have another role with limited permissions who take care of employee onboarding activities and all. If that is a kind of case, you'll be creating a role based specific to the defined permissions actually. Got all defaults are already created once we implemented. As part of implementation, standard thing will be already created. We will create HR administrator, user-based security. We will be creating an HR partner who will be taking care of regional related things, HR data updates, and all that person will be taking care. And after you go, there is any specific request, there should be another role. Another role we are creating for HR coordinator. Let's have a role based security group HR coordinator who takes care of employee documentation, collecting all the documents for an employee, uploading them into Workday. Let's give this permissions to that HR coordinator. If you have defined that role, you'll be creating a role-based security group and assign that role to that HR coordinator. There is a role that we have created. We will be creating a role basically to assign this role to that and see how it works. Do we need to wear all the check marks or anything? You need to self assign, restricted assign all these things. No need. No need of doing anything. You just need to create a role. Define a role, name, label it for what all the organization that you want it to and do not. As select any of these things, actually, you're not assigning for yourself, you're assigning for anyone who requests for that role. Actually, it's not self-assigned. You'll not be selecting anything. You'll just add a security. to Bristol as a reviewer. That's it. You don't need to perform anything else. Now create a security group. It's a new picture that my actions that I start, box with proxy, and my previous tenant I was not able to. This one, we need to manually specify start proxy and the start proxy in the actions I'm seeing now. No, you'll be seeing. This is you should be seeing when you use that frequently. You'll use that option when you use something frequently. You'll be seeing in start. Actions actually, oh, I have used start proxy multiple times today that you'll be. Attitude getting a frequently used list actually. Go to actions. You'll be getting frequent tab get. When you use multiple times, that will be getting adding there if you create it. Multiple security group. Even the security task will get added in the frequently used thing. Oh, I didn't notice I got it. Now create a security group. It will be the constraint one and give the same generally. It will be the same, actually, whatever the role name that you have given your role based. Security also will be with the same name. That's the standard that you need to follow. You can go with. Then naming convention, but the best practice is your role, and your role based security group will be with the same name actually. People, partner, you're going with the same name, which is something best practice that you can follow, having the role and the role based security group with the same name. Now, when you go to the role, you have the inheritance access rates that you can give and the role that you can pass. Since we've created a row with people, partner's name, I'm adding partner. The inheritance rate, it's your need, how we want to have this inheritance to happen. Let's take you have created a people partner role and we have assigned this to the top level organization. From there, what kind of an inheritance? Writes the you want it to grant is what you will be selecting here. By default, the option that is selected is applies to current organization and unassigned subordinates means unassigned subordinates in this sense who does not have any manager applies to the current organization. When you are assigned to any supervisory organization or any company or any cost center, what it will work is it will inherit for all the organization that does not have any manager and assigned super does not have a manager. If you wanted to have this to be inherited only for the organization that does not have any manager, you'll select this option, but the mostly used option is this one A applies to current organization and all the subordinates. If you wanted to have the role to be getting inherited to all the subordinate organization from the first organization, when you assign this to the top level organization, first organization, and it should actually inherit it to the all the subordinate organization that you typically add to the last level organization. If you wanted to have inheritance, you'll be selecting this one. Used one actually, it will be used only for manager role. When you create a manager role only for when there is no manager. This will be inherited, but when you wanted to have this to be inherited to, or the roles that you typically create, it can be HR partner or benefit partner or compensation partner, recruiting partner, payroll partner, any other role that you create in all the modules that has to inherit to all the subordinate organization if that is the case you want it to. Select this one, and this is the option that will be recommended. Actually, if you wanted to have that to be inherited to all the organization, this is the option. And if you don't want anybody, we give this information you need to assign, we need to select, these are we need to decide ourselves. It depends upon when you're creating a role-based security group. As I said, if you wanted to have this to be inherited, generally the behavior of the role, the concept of the role is inheritance. Actually, if you remember we know as part of core HR sessions, in your previous trainings, you would have seen when you're creating a supervisor organization, some roles were getting defaulted. Actually, those roles will come from the selection here. Then you've created a company, when I've created a cost center, when I've created a supervisor organization, there were some defaulted roles that used to be defaulting, and those roles comes based on your selection here. Actually, when you assign any role to the superior organization, automatically that role will be getting inherited to the subordinate organization, and that is a concept which we know. And now when you create any new role, when you wanted to have the role to be assigned a top level organization and you wish to have that role to be inherited to all the subordinate, the third option is what you generally select, applies to current organization and all the subordinate organization of current organization. That will be the option that you will be using. And then if you don't want to have inheritance to happen, the first option applies to only current organization. Selecting, but this is the option that you do, or for manager roles, you'll be going for this one. And if any specific inheritance level that you want to do, let's say there are 10 levels of organization, you don't want to have inheritance to happen to all the 10 levels you want to have. This inheritance to happen at third level actually. Then in that case, you'll select this one and give the third level, the hardcore, your subordinate level as 3, and your role will be getting directly inherited to that level. Instead of inherited to all the levels, it will get inherited to that particular level. Let's say there are 10. We want to have number 5, 1 to 5 to indicate that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or only 5 levels. You can actually go in this also. 1 to 5 also you can get, 1 to 5 also you can get. It's a special character taken. You need to mention the level actually. If you wanted to have 1, I can. If you want to have up to 5 levels, it will take. If you give 5 level up to 5 levels, it will get inherited. You got it subordinates 2 level. 2 level in message till 5th level. If you want to have this to be getting inherited, if you have 5, that will get inherited to 5th level. But this is the one that you generally select, which will be getting inherited to all the subordinate organizations. This you don't need to worry. This don't have any kind of importance. This will generally take care of if you have any open positions. Just getting access to those positions actually. The default will be as default. You will not be changing anything actually. Now, generally, if you are a manager role, you'll have access to the position that you have under. Actually, if you have 3 positions that you wanted to hire, you will have access to those positions. You don't have access to positions that are not under you, that are under a different organization. You will not have. That's what this means actually. Role has access to the position they support, which you are having access. You'll be able to handle those things that are under your organization. You don't need to worry about this. All you need to do is select this one how you want it to have inheritance. Roles will not be inherited based on positions, but roles will be inherited based on employee acts. This does not have any importance actually. Quote. Now you have created your role-based security group called People Partner. You have assigned your role, and whatever role that you have created, you have assigned your role and you have created role-based security. Now the next turn is assigning permissions to this role. Actually, you can assign permissions in multiple ways, either going within the security group and adding the permissions. Security group maintain domain. Here you will be seeing maintain domain permissions for security group. Let's say you wanted to get other personal information access. All the personal data you want to give to the people who are assigned with this role. Personal data you want to give access to this rule. All the domains related to personal you're going to add with respect. Specific thing, gender name, ethnicity, anything. Anything related to personal. Either it can be disability information, it can be religion, either it can be any other marital status. All these things comes under personal. You're giving all the permissions here. Personal data. You have given each and every data permission, and then you're going to be. What is that? How you selected all of them? I was trying to select, but I was not able to select it. Why I need to select one by one? Control it, control, control. Then after that, and control it. You will be selecting all. Then I want to select all the payroll related or compensation related permissions. I want to select all the compensation permissions which will give all the compensation data access. Selecting all the compensation permissions, and then I want to have all the payroll related. Selecting all the payroll related permissions irrespective of any specific domain. Complete access I'm giving for payroll that I can manage any of the payroll data in Workday. All the payroll permissions are selected, and then I wanted to also give some benefits. Permissions, benefits, data selected, all the benefit domains. Now it means that with the permission that we have selected, we have given personal data, compensation data and payroll data and benefits data, permission that we have given. Now, once you activate this one, your security changes will become effective. Actually, now we have given all the modify access, which means that can see and can modify. If I were to have given just view, just for view cannot modify access. Now click activating this thing will make your security changes become effective. Thank you. Now activation has happened. We have role-based security ready to be assigned to anyone. Now we have proxied as Logan. What we need to do is we need to find one employee profile for whom we can proxy. And we can add this role and test with that employee. Whatever the permission that we have assigned, we should be able to assign one person and proxy that person and see whether that person is getting access or not. There is one employee called Monica. There is one employee profile, Monica, for whom we can actually proxy. We should be able to proxy. Sorry, I can repeat. I last can go to before. What I was referring is identifying a profile with whom we can proxy and assign the role security which we have created without any other security. Is one of the unique person that we have in this tenant. Actually, you can find few other profiles also, but for this profile, whatever I've selected, we should be able to. You will not see any other security, but you can add just your security that you have created, that you can understand the difference. Whatever the security you've added, you will be able to experience the security that you have added. Actually, that's what happened. I am able to first see this employee profile, what security she has. I will be able to see the user based security group, but will not be able to remove that. But let's see whether she has any root user based security or not. Going to security profile and assign user based security group. Let's see if there are any user based security group for her. There are no user based security, which is blank actually. Now she does not have any user based security. Now we need to check whether she has any rule based security group or not. It checking if she has any role based security group, going to assign roles. Tishi has two roles actually. We are removing these roles in order to test our role effectively. Select Remove Select button, submit. Those two roles will be removed actually. Now she does not have any security. Role-based security she does not have, or user-based security also she does not have, because user-based security she does not have before. But the role basically just removed. Just checking whether those got removed or not. Now after doing, we need to do we need to run any job, or we don't need to run? No, nothing. Nothing. Now the roles got removed. When do you use that securable item to affect immediately? Sit. We need View security for securable item will allow you to see what access is missing and what you need to add. If you are not aware of any security that is missing for you and you need to get access for the task, you go for View security for securable item. Give the task, see the security that is there for that, and see whether you have that security or any other user who need that have that security or not. You will come back and you will assign that missing security. Review security by security rel item will allow you to identify the missing security that you wanted to add, for integrations that you wanted to add, for any users that you wanted to add for yourself also. For Monica, We have removed all the role-based security. She does not have any role-based security, and she does not have any user-based security also. But she might have got some permissions with default security group called employee as ELF because she is an employee. She is an employee. When she got hired, automatically she becomes part of employee as ELF security group. Whatever employee as ELF security group permissions are there, she should be getting those things. Actually, now what we will do is we will proxy as this employee and not assign any role to her. Just see what she is able to access and then assign our role to her and then see the difference. Now proxying as her. Thank you. Now let's access Jacqueline's profile. Jacqueline's profile I'm accessing with Monica proxy. Now what are the permissions that we've added? Benefits, compensation, payroll, and benefits, payroll, compensation. And what is the other one? Personal data. You can see here when she proxied us, Monica. And when she tries to access personal information, she is not seeing any, only personal. Notes she is seeing, and she is not seeing any personal information which refers to date of birth, gender, and of tab that she is not seeing actually. And similarly, compensation and benefits payroll profile are not populating. See nothing she's able to see. Compensation menu, she's not able to see. Payroll menu, she's not able to see. Benefits menu, she's not able to see. And personal information she's able to see. But she is not seeing any personal information here. Now assign the role that we have created to this Monica and see again proxy as her and see whether what she'll see. But before assigning the role to her, because we have created a role-based security a group which is a constrained one, we need to assign for an organization now. Since we are actually looking for Jacqueline's information, we need to assign for this that she can access. That information for Jacqueline. Jacqueline belongs to, and Jacqueline belongs to one of the company. Assign at company level. See what company Jacqueline belongs to. This is taking time. Let me stop proxy. I am stopping the proxy. Now Jacqueline company or any organization that I wanted to see that we can assign that role to the specific organization. That she gets access to give that information. Jacqueline belongs to GMS1. Where do you see that? It went into a hide and already it came. In it, there only this is the company that you can see 00. One must you see is a company. What I'll do is I'll assign this whatever role that we have created for this company to Monica and then proxy that and see if she can get access to Jacqueline information because Jacqueline is part of this company. Go to Monica's profile. Thank you. I'm assigning role to her first, just to understand the difference between before and after. Thank you. Now assign people. Now, what will happen is whatever permissions that we have defined, for this people, partner role will be restricted for employees if you are assigning this as a company, whoever are assigned with this role. In this case, Monica is assigned with this role. She will be getting access to those permissions for all this group of employees under this company. So now we have assigned permissions to Monica. Now proxy as her and validate Jacqueline's information and see whether she gets access or not. Or her access becomes a little different than what we've seen before. Correct. Boxing as her one question, do we interact? Do we need to activate anything here? I'm only to activate once we are saying we are not making any security changes. No, there's just reading the security only when you make any security changes. That too for security groups. Only you'll have to it. Oh, again, you already created a security, and as I need a security to a person, no, you don't need to activate. Jacqueline information boxing. Now you can see it. It's a little bit difference actually. If you go to personal. If you go to personal tab, you see personal information got added. If I click on personal information, I'm seeing all the personal information of whatever that is there for Jacqueline. I'm able to see gender. I'm able to see marital status. I'm able to see other personal information. Because we've added personal information domains to the role, actually, and then earlier we were not able to see. This is a real the screen time. We wouldn't just match the painting that we could not leave, but is perfect for what we chat about today. In light, it's great for you. But just round the round and then open a round. Got disconnected, connecting it back. That way your role will work actually. Now you will not see this information for any other employee from any other company. Only for GMS company you will be able to see that, because that's what role-based constraint security means. Your access is restricted based on the organization. When someone asks you, what is the feature of role-based security, constraint security? Group means whatever you are seeing now, your delivery should be in that way. Your access is getting restricted by organization of whatever is selected. That organization can be company, can be call center, can be supervisor. Organization can be location, can be hierarchy also. Now we can see benefits. If you go to benefits, you can see. And if you go to pay, you should be able to see. Earlier, we were not able to see at least payment menu. Now we are seeing all the pay related information. Similarly, I think we should see compensation also. I think compensation permissions are missing, but we should be getting compensation in the same way actually. Now you are able to see some of the information that you are not able to see before. The road will be security and same way. Now Monica is assigned with GMS. Actually, now if she tries to access any other employee profile, anyone who is in Thailand. Let's say we underestimate speed. If I go to this employee profile who is from Bangkok, from Bangladesh, MSVS company, if I access her profile, Monica should not be able to see any other information. She cannot see personal information. Personal information she cannot see. She cannot see personal information and any other compensation benefits or in a payroll. She should not be able to see because she is assigned to view only US employee data, but she is not assigned for silent data because we have restricted that role for only US company, not for Thailand. Now, in order to extend this Monica's access to Thailand, you need to do the same. Extending the role to Thailand company, we need to stop the proxy before we do that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to Monica's profile. Sorry, you should assign, not proxy, sir. It's not proxied. Whatever the role that you have created whenever you created a role. People's partner. People's partner, and we have assigned for a company cost center, location hierarchy, support organization. Based on that, you're able to select a company here. If you were not selected a company there, you would have not restricted a company level. Since you have selected a company here, you're able to select GMS company or any other company. If you have not selected company there, this list would have not come for you because it is a company. You're not looking for a company because you have not added the whatever you were added. If something in the same name would be there, that should be coming or you need a search. Now I wanted to have this to be extended for Thailand company also. What is the Thailand? We added no company. Cost center and other things. Any one of them, we can enable it here, or anyone, any cost center. You can take any company, you can take any location, you take any supervisor, you can take, we can enable. GMS Thailand is a company. You're able to. You will be able to get this company because we have added a company there. You have enabled for company. That is the reason we are able to get here. If you have not enabled it for company, you would have not got GMS Thailand or also GMS USA. Also, you would have not got actually. We can add even the cost center of that Thailand bank account. You can do that. Even cost center also. I don't know the cost center actually. I know only the name that it has. Let's see if it has any cost center name or I can find anything I don't know. What something is there for the cost center? Cost center, they can add location or location. We can add. Let's see if you can add location. Sorry, but we need to give the road. I think we will add location now. Let's see. I think we were at location. Now we have added for Siling Company. Proxy as Monica and see whether she's able to access that particular employee data. You can see the person information. you can see the person information. And then one question here, sometimes people will hide some of the information. Even though you have information, let's say they won't see some other personal information. And that, how do they do? Basically, they want to rest. Basically, domains only. Here you have gender, marital status, you have personal data. Gender, personal data domain, personal data marital status, personal data ethnicity. Kind of domains you have specifically if you feel that that personal information should be accessed. But gender information should not be accessed. You will not assign the gender information permissions to that role, actually any other information but not gender. There you can restrict at either the attribute level. Also, you can restrict the security. Let's see. Maybe we will see. Now we have personal pension payroll. We are seeing this thing. At least we have to do this. Before we are not seeing payroll manual. Now we are seeing this payroll. The benefits. What is that? Benefits is missing here. Any restrictions benefits? Because Thailand employee will not have any benefits. Only generally US employees will have benefits, assigned benefit plans and all. Thailand and employees, if there are no benefits, will not be shown here. Or automatically. Benefits are not there. Even the permissions are there. What will be there to show? Nothing will be there. No. Got it, got it. That's why it won't show up. Benefits are not there. Benefits do not show up actually. Somebody might join Yuli and he might say, why I am missing all these things. That means, how do we check that information? Let's say, even though I moved from Armenia, thinking that since this person, this Thailand employee, does not have benefits and there is a reason why we are not seeing is what we are thinking. And just ensure that this is correct or not. What we will do is we will proxy out as Monica and Jacqueline have all the access. Just with Jacqueline access. Stop proxy as Monica. Yes, girl. Now I am with Jacqueline access. Now access this Embraer profile to see if she has, because Jacqueline has complete access. If she has benefits, it should show up actually. Even now the benefits is not showing up actually. Benefits is there, but let's see if there is anything. Nothing is there in benefits. Data is blank. Actually, you are not seeing any benefits. Rewards is there, but that is not a benefit actually. We have not given total rewards permission. We have given benefits permission. She is not having any benefits permission. If you wanted to see how benefit plan will be populated, if you go to Jacqueline's profile, the benefits, if employee has benefits, it will be this actually, and it will be this. We will be seeing all the plans that are assigned for chat link, just loading actually. You can see the benefits plan she is assigned with 401k plan, and she's having all the different information on this. If you see the same for Rugan also will have benefit because Rugan is from US. Maybe some people file in I'm asking general tickets. Somebody might have said, I am missing this information from my profile. That means where exactly? Log in as a super user and check, or let's say person is expecting some information in his profile. When you join Workday Team Red, you'll be having all the access for you. Your access should give all the information. I'm seeing low month benefits. That's the reason why she's able to see this tab actually. Can see she's assigned with the cumulative spending and 401k plan action. If a client employee for whom we are employee has any benefits, this she should have actually seen this information actually. That way your rules can be restricted actually. That is designed by Workday, or if nothing is there you won't see anything. Default or implementers will be in this side. If there is something, which one? In the previous, if the benefits is not available for dying gang employee, the job and that information, if it has default by system, or if somebody configure that way, if nothing is there, you should not. If you see US employees on their first day, it's kind of legal kind of thing actually for all US employees on their first day. When they're getting hired, they need to get some benefits actually for all US employees when I don't know whether you got some default benefits because you're working for a US company. When you have joined for a US company on the first day of your hiring, you should have got some benefits actually, which would be if you're a full-time employee. There are some benefits on your first day you'll be getting, which can be for you and for your dependents. Actually, that is for US employees. That's a kind of standard thing for US employees, any US employee. This is a kind of minimum thing that will happen, but for India employee, the benefit providers will not be there in Workday, but for US employees, their benefit providers, Cigna Medical and Blue Cross, Blue Shield, all these things will be part of the system actually. All these benefit providers will be there in the system, but for India, for Canada, for any other country, those benefit providers will be part of the system. It will not be there in the system, and those configurations will not be there for other international countries than this country. Benefits module is specifically for US folks actually. That can be straight to say that your benefits module will mostly work for US employees and it will not work for other employees. And that's the reason why when you get hired in India or when you get hired in any non-US country, you will not be seeing any benefits actually. Benefits will be added for non-US employee. It might be as part of employment outside of Workday in India. Some kind of Mediclaim, some kind of things will be offered. But that will not be part of Workday because there won't be any kind of interface between Workday to other system for this benefit. I've just left it as this. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.